We're suddenly in the first world. Behind us are two cruise ships, and then just in the foreground is our beautiful little flying dolphin that's just brought us across from Albania in half an hour. And suddenly we're in a different world. That's looking back towards Corfu, and then coming around, panning this way. We're now looking at the mountains of Albania and it's coming towards Greece. We were just saying how high the mountains are here, the ones we cycled through. Enormous barrier between Greece and Albania. This is John speaking, and there in the distance is our destination, Lefkada. So near and yet so far. Look at this poor little waif here. This poor little waif who has just come up this 3-kilometre long hill, putting such force, such torque, such energy into bicycling up the hill that he's wrecked his rear wheel and is having to do a complete wheel rebuild on a picnic bench. Oh dear.
It's not good enough.
How the mighty fall, eh? Look at this. So we're actually thinking that because of the nature of the rebuild, we might have to pitch the tent that I've carried all the way from Poland so that Ken can camp in it. We're going to have to camp up here on the top of this hill. Now, on the other hand, you see, here is an indestructible bike which has had, dare I say, no broken spokes all the way from England, and every bike that Ken brings somehow seems to have a broken spoke somewhere along the route, even at the last minute. Anyway,
that's the annoying bit, the last minute really, isn't it? It was only about, what, 50k to Lefkada, and most of it's downhill.
Yeah, mind you, he'd just come up the longest hill that we'd been up for a day or two. So
ever since Albania.
There's a suspicion that he was knackered and kicked his wheel in on the way up because he needed a rest. Anyway, we're well supplied because up at the top of this hill we have, in the distance, you can't quite see them down there in the bushes, a couple of toilets, and here we have the by the side of the road catering van that does excellent coffee. And so if we do have to stay the night, we'll be fine, because they actually do chips as well, Ken, for €1.30. So if you want me to go over and order some, I will.
I wouldn't have had any breakfast.
Yeah, I've just had a thought actually. If you were to stuff your tire and inner tube with chips, you might find that it cushions the ride and makes it less likely that you break any more spokes.
Well, as a last resort, I'll remember that bit.
Well, okay.
To go through the tunnel at Lefkada, which is just outside of there's John's putting his bike in. Things being shut up. The tunnel's only actually 1600 metres. We've been through tunnels like this.
Let people through tunnels, isn't it?